Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 5th of June. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Darren Crongold.
And great to have you on the show. It's been a few months.
Yeah, it has been quite a few months. Oh, I've just been working. You and Gary are doing the whole show every week.
Well, good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And it's always a pleasure to have you on the show because goodness knows you had a whole lot more sense than my previous anchor. What was his name again? Gary, I think.
I think Gary. He's on holidays. No, seminar.
Seminar.
Seminar. I got it wrong.
Here's genuinely viewers on a seminar. We have an annual property profile group seminar of which Gary waves the flag and says if somebody's got to do it, it may as well be him.
Yes.
Doug, let's have a talk about the weekend. How was it?
Yeah, it was good. We had a 69% clearance. It was some very good results out there on Saturdays and some on Sunday.
69%. Let's quickly, just to interrupt, get those towers up because the industry cleared 60% and we came in with a smashing result of 69%.
Yep.
Let's talk again and put these clearances into perspective.
Yeah.
60%, which was the industry clearance.
Yeah, it's a normal market.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a normal market, and we're seeing bidders. We're seeing 2 bidders at auctions, maybe 3 on the weekend again. So it seems like the market's sort of found a bottom and it's moving forward now. So it's good.
For the viewers that might have just tuned in for their first episode, and if this is your first episode, I'd say where have you been? But a market that is in balance is a 60 to 70% clearance. Yep. A market that is healthy. A seller's market is 70 to 80%, and a buyer's market is 50 to 60%. So if you think we're on the cusp of a balanced market and a buyer's market, I think that we're finally finding the equilibrium that we've been looking for. Obviously, February, March, April, May were tougher months.
The market was changing.
But over the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've seen multiple bidders on just about every property that we're selling.
And we're also clearing stock that we didn't sell in the February, March period that are now selling. And that's getting everything back up to normal again. So, you know, you can see the market starting to get back into the swing of things, and buyers are starting to understand it, and they're out there and they're actually negotiating again and making offers. So we're on the moves now, I think, for the rest of the year.
So we're going to drill down deeper into the market and have a look at some of last week's activities.
Let's do it.
We had a big week at Gary Pitt Associates selling in excess of 20 properties. So that is certainly the sign of a market that has found its level. And as long as sellers are realistic, buyers have certainly come to the table. So let's drill down and have a look at some of the sales.
Let's go.
So Darren, last week's sales, we kicked off on a Thursday. Before the weekend, we had a commercial auction together with a residential component. This was number 31 Northern Avenue and 624 Hawthorn Road, which was our Thursday auction at 2 o'clock, which just sold in our range. Our range was $800,000 to $880,000. Prices undisclosed there, but great to see us selling some commercial real estate that did have a residential component.
That's right.
In a brand new development and a lovely little part.
I think that was the last one to be sold, so they're happy to move it on.
Absolutely. On Saturday, Darren, we had 8 auctions and sold 6 out of 8. We had a standout result and a shout out to Leon Gusenfitter and his team from our new Bentley office. That was number 29 Wimmera Street in Ormond, the most stunning property. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, weatherboard house on a compact block. Beautifully presented and renovated. I was told it was in unbelievable condition, and they had, I think, 3 or 4 bidders there, and it went crazy.
So you say renovated, but that's the funny thing.
Brand new.
The funny thing about this property is that it looked like a beautiful old period home,
right?
And that's probably why you said renovated. The reality is it was actually a brand new property.
Wow!
But everybody that came to it thought that it was just this most beautiful period home. So the vendors did the most incredible job there. Property that we also sold on Saturday, which I was the auctioneer, was number 13 Beech Street in Caulfield South. We had that with a price tag of 1.1 to 1,210,000. We actually sold that for 1,213,000, so just over the top of the range. The reason I'm talking about that on GPTV, Darren, is because that's about as small a property as comes on the market. Just on 300 square metres of land, but a lovely little 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. Wasn't a large home, but just the prettiest of homes.
Oh, that's great.
And I think that tells our viewers everything about entry level now into the Caulfield South market. Our run of selling brand new properties included home number 1 at 6 McKinnon Road, McKinnon. Once again, sold before auction. Viewers selling a lot of properties before auction. And Darren, your experience in selling properties before auction, it's so important for buyers to register their interest.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, make sure we have haven't left anybody out, and you know you got to get it sold before. You want to get a price that's beyond what the vendors are thinking and what may happen on the day. So every situation's different, but you know that was a good result, I think, for McKinnon Road.
It was. Sunday was a busy day, Darren. With some really good standout results. 20 Almond Street in Caulfield South. Was sold. We had an indicative range of 1.6 to 1.75. Prices undisclosed there, but did sell in the range at the very top end of the range, and that was a great result. Goes to show South Caulfield just continues to pump, doesn't it?
Yeah, South Caulfield's on fire, and it seems to outweigh itself all the time and surprise us, which is great. It's a fabulous suburb, and they're achieving really good results for the homes.
Almond Street's a great address because you can walk to the tram in Glen Huntly Road, walk to the tram in Hawthorn Road. Viewers, we love every inch and square centimetre of Caulfield South, but the particular favourite part is that block that's bounded by Glen Huntly Road, North Road, and Hawthorn Road through to Bamber Road, because if you think about the facilities there, you've got the trams both in Hawthorn and Glen Huntly Road, you've got the shops, you've got the cafes, and of course the incredible Princess Park. Moving on, a sale that we can't talk about the price, but we can talk about you, Darren, selling houses with tennis courts.
Yes.
Because we'll have another announcement on a tennis court sale next week. But 23 Wyuna Road, 1,400 square metres of land. Tell us about that home.
Yeah, that was a beautiful period home, and it had been renovated in the bathrooms and kitchens, and had a beautiful tennis court. It was on the west side. We had 2 bidders there competing on it. We chose to pass it in and do a post-negotiation afterwards. Went really well for the vendors, and it was a good outcome.
And for those viewers that might have, for those people that might have been at the auction, it was sold significally more than the price that we were passed in. But what a beautiful home.
Yeah, lovely street, close to Caulfield Park. And just a big period home. Was beautiful.
And if you're lucky enough to be able to buy a house with a swimming pool and tennis court, it's like buying a lifestyle, isn't it?
Absolutely. They're going to love this family. Gorgeous family bought it, and they're sort of locally in the area, just on another suburb, but they're going to love it and have the rest of their time there, and you know, have lots of parties and all their friends come, so it'll be good.
More about tennis courts next week, because you're in the process of handling another transaction that will go through over the next couple of days.
That's right.
And viewers, if you are in the market for a house with a tennis court and swimming pool, you've got a quiet listing on another one.
Yes.
So whilst we won't announce that, if you are watching and you would like to talk to Darren about another house with a tennis court, swimming pool,
give me a call.
Got something very special for them. That was great to get that away. We had a big auction, Darren, at a penthouse number 1 at 16 Talbot Avenue in St Kilda East. The entire ground floor of that apartment, the most standout apartment, one of only 3. I was running actually from the Wyuna auction where I left you. You were doing the paperwork. I got there literally on the knock of the auction, 1:30, and I got there I think at 1:29 and a half past. But massive crowd. We had 4 people there to buy it, but only 2 got a chance to put their hand up. The reserve, it was declared on the market at $1,537,500 and sailed all the way to $1,725,000. So
very good.
Once again, you know, a view of the market. People say it's difficult, people say it's tough, but if 2 people want something and they've got the money, they're prepared to part with it in order to get what they want.
It shows the market is getting back to normal. So you know, they're putting all the bad news behind and keep moving forward. So that's good by the buyers.
Yeah. So a very strong result. Another sale that occurred in Elsternwick, one of our favourite markets, number 68 Parkside.
Sounds like a good result
in Elsternwick. That was a great result. We had a quote range there of $1,890,000 to just over $2 million, and sold at circa $2 million. A beautiful home, though. I must say that whilst I'd seen that property online, actually walking through the door was a pleasure. And how good's Elsternwick?
Elsternwick's I love Elsternwick.
And the Glen Huntly Road just getting better and better. Seems like there's a new cafe opening there
all
every
the time.
week.
Yep, absolutely. No, it's a great suburb, Elsternwick. Small pocket, and it's a great suburb.
Fantastic. Now, Darren, Queen's birthday weekend this weekend.
Yeah, it's a quiet one. No auctions.
Quiet
just
weekend
opens.
right across Melbourne. There will be some auctions in Melbourne this weekend, but we go from probably 1,000 auctions last weekend, and it'll be in the few hundreds. At Gary Pier and Associates, we choose not to auction on the long weekend. We've got enough auctioneers that we can either have a busy weekend before or a busy weekend after. So why take the risk? So we choose not to. Having said that, open for inspections as per normal.
Business as normal, but just no auctions this weekend.
And
so
of
course, it'll be busy.
We do wish the Queen a very
happy birthday. Yep.
While we've got you on the show, Darren, let's talk about the top end of the market. The top end of the market's got very little stock available.
Yeah, we've got the supply is very limited. We've got a big demand of buyers out there that keep ringing me all the time. We want to buy a home, but we are finding at the moment in 2018 that the stock level is very thin, and we've just got to work harder to push these vendors to try and get on the market.
Tell me, at the top end of the market, and I obviously know where I'm going on this, but the number one thing that people are looking for always seems to be land.
Yeah, land's always going to be strong, and again, that's also one thing. And the supply is very low on at the moment is land. We've had a couple of properties sold, but we need more. So,
and if you think about land at the top end of the market, viewers, we're now selling land really from $3 million. It's hard to get a block under $3 million, with a lot of them now in the $4 and the $4.5 million range. So certainly, viewers, if you've got a block of land, either an investment or you're living in an older home and you're thinking about moving on, the market is starved for a land opportunity.
Absolutely.
That top end of the market seems, unfortunately, in the Golden Mile to be so tightly
very
held.
tight. Yeah.
Moving forward, here we are in the first week, or coming into the second week of winter.
Yes.
Can you believe we're already now listing for September, October, November, springtime?
Yeah, we are. We are listing crazy now for definitely August, September, and October. I got one last week in actually for October. So yeah, it's the year's running ahead very quickly. It goes very fast these days.
Well, as soon as you get to the end of June, it just gathers momentum.
Yeah, and it's actually giving us good weather. The weather on the weekend was unbelievable. The sun is shining. They're expecting to have a dry winter, which I'm happy about because I hate the cold. So it's good to get out on the weekend. It's nice and fresh with the sun out.
So viewers, lots happening at Gary Pier and Associates between our 2 offices in St Kilda, our 2 offices in Caulfield North, including our new off-the-plan display centre, our new residential collections. Leora and the team in our Carnegie office
they're busy
doing amazing things, and our Bentley office has just opened with a bang. Leon Goosenfitter and the crew down there are doing amazing things. So across our 6 offices, there is a lot going on, and if you're in the market or you're thinking about entering the market, through these quieter months of winter is a great time to be having a conversation either about buying something or setting yourself up for spring, or vendors come forward now because there is a real shortage on the market.
Absolutely.
Darren, we're shooting GPTV from one of the most iconic buildings in Melbourne, apartment number 6 at 38 Williams Road, in the heart of energetic and exciting Paran. Let's show the viewers around this property. Viewers, this is a building that has been purpose designed by Elise Justin of Justin Architects. And the central theme for this property was to produce a property for her family who are highly involved in the art world. So this is a building that houses JAM, or the Justin Art Museum, and whoever is lucky enough to buy this beautiful 2-bedroom apartment with brilliant entertaining areas and the most incredible balcony gets to be part of design, architecture, and a building that is iconically Melbourne. And certainly as you drive along Williams Road,
it's amazing.
Building is
stands out.
Incredible.
Stands out.
So, you're not just buying an apartment here, whether you're an owner-occupier or an investor, you get to buy into what I consider to be architecture, Melbourne architecture at its absolute best. So the auction's coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm pretty excited about this, and I did some filming, and viewers, if you want to click on this property online, you'll see some footage that we actually shot in the art museum, of which if you buy into this building, you'll get friendly with the Justins, and no doubt you'll get some invitations to their art openings, but it's just a fantastic building.
Looks amazing.
Viewers, another busy week at Gary Pier and Associates. Darren, as always great to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for holding up the anchor role while Gary's away on yet another break. And yes, I will say it again. Thanks, viewers, for watching. I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great week.
I'm Darren Krongold. Have a great week.